Hello. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. And welcome. Let me do the thing over here. Oh, while I get people to come in. 1 minute. Cannot forget the water. Today's the 28th, isn't it? TikTok is always slow to the party. Hello, welcome to today's episode. I'm about to start in a second. But how was everybody's weekend? How is everybody's holiday going? Holiday season? There we go. Okay. So we're going to go over a couple things today. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. What's today? 12, 28, 25. Hey, babe. About to.
As windy as that thing outside.
Yeah, sound like it. Okay. Whoa. Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. And welcome to today's episode of Shay's Wellness Club Q&A accountability session. And I appreciate you guys for joining me today. Today is our last one of our last lives before the end of the year. So I wanted this to be a good one for everyone. And everything. I wanted this to be a good one. I'm going to be answering some questions live that people have been asking me. And also, we're going to get into some things we could do better for next year, some things we could do that let us know what our wins are for this year and what we could do to have a better next year and everything in between. Okay. Um, hi. Hey, Stephanie. Thanks for joining. So, let me see. We're going to go over a lot of different questions. So, we're going to be just, we're going to be doing a little goal setting. For those that don't know, I don't call them vision boards anymore. I'm going to call them goals boards or goals lists or something, but I do those where you take a group of pictures of things that you want to get accomplished, pictures of things you want to aspire to, put it all in a group and make that your screensaver or your screensaver or a big board. I do those as well for the end of the year if anyone's interested. But yes, it's been a lot of good things. Somebody tell me in the comments a win that you did this year, something you're proud of. I want to start this on a positive note. Yes, I still got my lights and everything up. My tradition is to have my tree and lights up till my birthday, which is in a couple weeks. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get this pulled up. This thing don't come on. For our last live of the year, I wanted it to be on multiple platforms. So bear with me. I'm trying to get this one up too. Ooh. Okay, so I've been getting some questions, different questions and stuff. Oh, there's some trolls. Anyways, so thanks everybody for joining today's live. We are about to approach a brand new year, and a lot of us haven't, achieved our goals yet or are almost there and stuff like that. And I'm here to help everyone to hold each other accountable and to really own in on our goals and goal setting this year. Um, for those that don't know, I have a personal goal for myself, which is to lose 30 pounds by the summertime. So I'm saying this out loud so you guys can hold me accountable, but also I'm going to be documenting this journey as well this time. So well, I already unbigged my back a couple times, but as many times as it takes for it to be permanent type stuff. You know what I mean? So we are going to be doing another challenge, 30 pounds down by the summertime. Now, we have plenty of time starting now, right? So what are we doing? We're going to be doing a lot of uh, preparing the meals. We're going to be doing a lot of um, staying in our calorie deficit. Let me see. We're going to be doing a lot of going to stay in a calorie deficit, and we're going to be baking our meals instead of frying our meals. We're going to do less fast foods and more less fast foods for sure, and more there we go. So we're going to be doing less fast foods and more at home cooking. And that's where I come in. I help people stay accountable when it comes to home cooking. If there's nothing else I can't do, I'm going to cook at home. So we're going to be doing a lot of meals and stuff around that. We're going to be doing a lot of meals around that. And to just being consistent, because the consistency is where everything's lying to. So I'm going to go back a little bit and go into a question that was asked last Q&A last Sunday. And if you haven't already, check out my last few lives where I deep dive in a lot of ways to lose weight naturally, how I lost 60 pounds naturally, and just some strategies on how I did so. Okay. It is so windy here. It feels like, that movie Twister? It feels like that. Anyways, so someone asked, could I touch more about metabolism? Hi, I am a wellness strategist. Someone just asked, what do I do? I am a wellness strategist, and I help people lose weight naturally and better one's relationship with food. So I help people with tips on cooking more at home. Yes, the temps are dropping. It's crazy because it was 70 degrees earlier, and it's like dropping like crazy. I wore sandals today in December. But yes, I'm a wellness strategist, and I help people with strategies specifically for them on how to lose weight naturally. What sets me apart from most people is I do more of a customized approach to people, because as I am a professional meal prepper, I realize people have different types of needs and wants for their wellness journey, but also people have different taste buds, stuff like that, and tastes. So what I do is I come up with an assessment on different variables on what dietary restrictions, how much you work out, how much you don't work out, what your calorie deficit number is. If you don't know what that is, I help you go through that with you. And then we come up with a plan, a customized plan on how you can do things week by week to month by month, and we go from there. So if you're interested in a private or group coaching, feel free to inbox me and we can get started with that, before the new year. That's why, I am here to help you guys develop a plan and a strategy to lose weight naturally. Yeah. But a last question that someone asked me about was about metabolism, and is it good to have a fast metabolism, a slow metabolism, stuff of that nature. So I'm going to go down to the basics. What is metabolism in simple terms? Your metabolism is how your body, in these three things, uses food for energy, burns calories at rest, supports hormones, digestion, and energy. It's not broken. Our metabolism isn't just, broken or anything. It just needs to be adaptable, and it's adaptable and to stabilize. So, someone asked me, is it better to have low or high metabolism? A healthy, effective metabolism is the goal, always. Effective and healthy metabolism is a goal. So when you have a higher metabolism, your body uses energy well, meaning it recovers better and supports fat more easily. When you have a lower metabolism, often linked to chronic dieting, undereating, stress, poor sleep, and muscle loss. So it is, in my opinion, to have a higher metabolism than a slower metabolism. For example, when I had a higher metabolism, I saw more muscle, and that's when my fat started to go. You know, let me see. When I had a metabolism, like say, some of us that go to the gym or something, the more we go to the gym, the hungrier we get, right? That's because that's our body craving fuel for our muscles and our fat that's burning. Hope that makes sense. Most people who can't lose weight don't have a slow metabolism, they have a stressed one. A lot of us, simply by reducing our stress and reducing and making and doing better with sleep habits, can really help boost our metabolism. So common myths that people need that I want to clear up on here. So a lot of people think that eating less lowers or speeds up your metabolism, and that's simply not true. Starving yourself is never going to be like the go-to to properly lose weight consistently. Yes, we can fast, and even when we're fasting, we have to eat the right foods in order for it to work, in order for our body to develop what we need to develop. Consistency eating too little slows it down. Yes, so consistently eating too little slows the metabolism down, and we want it to speed up a bit so we can burn more than we consume. We want to burn more calories than we consume if possible. That's why walks are important. That's why, cardio is very important, but to also weights are important as well. Because the thing is, cardio is really good, for overall, for sure. But what people don't know is when you lift weights and when you use when you're weightlifting, and we don't have to do ridiculous amount of weights. 10 pounders, 12 pounders, 15 pounders will do just fine. The fat burning process happens even after you are done with the workout, if that makes sense. Okay. Also, that's why getting a proper amount of sleep is important, because you're actually burning calories when you're sleeping as well. So when you are fasting, when you're sleeping, that counts, because you're still not eating, but also you're burning calories as well. So the goal is to burn more calories than we consume, right? Okay, so I'm going to go over some ways to improve metabolism. So a couple ways are different. They can vary. So building muscle, not just sweating. Sweating is a good indication that we're burning calories, but that's not the end all be all. Building muscle is going to be very important. One, so us ladies can maintain our shape. Because I get a lot of women say, I don't want to get too skinny, and I don't want to, my skin to get so loose, and I don't want, I just don't want to look scrawny and stuff like that. I want to keep my curves, but lose the fat. And that's what I'm here for. And that's what I'm working on as well. You can have nice curves and have a nice waist without being too skinny. Okay. Muscle burns more calories at rest. So strength training boosts metabolism for the long term. Okay. So you got to make sure that you continue on having rest days and to not overtrain as well. Even 2 or 3 days can make a huge difference. You only need, so for instance, I go to the gym 5 times a week. 3 days of those, 3 of those days, I make sure that I am weight training. But that's all you need. You don't need all 5 days. I'm actually trying to do better with that and to do more cardio than weight training because I've been doing all 5 days and I think I'm overtraining now. So I am working on that. But it's definitely 2 or 3 days max is all you really need to maintain a nice physique. What are some workouts to work on my physique? Okay. So I want to keep my nice shape with my cardio and working out. So what do? You're going to work on your back because your back is what gives you the silhouette. Okay. So we're going to, do a lot of lateral pulls. We're going to do a lot of gorilla rows. You're going to do a lot of, if you can, bench presses, stuff like that. But if you're someone that needs workouts, I do have them available in my digital store, thrivewithshay.com, where you can get a lot of my workouts there. Actually, most of my workouts are there. Now, another one is eating enough, especially protein. Protein is going to be ideal to help you speed up metabolism because protein is what's going to give the muscles its fuel. Just doing cardio and just eating salads all day is not going to do it. You need really good protein. And actually, there's some plants that are protein builders as well. But, my favorite protein, y'all know, salmon is my favorite go-to dinner. I've been getting into tuna again. Sardines. I've been getting into sardines again. That's a really good source of protein. Nuts, stuff like that. It's really good sources of protein. Lean meats. So turkey is my go-to. Chicken sausage, turkey sausages, stuff of that nature. You make sure that you have your protein, your vegetable, and your carb. Okay. So protein would be my salmon. My carb would be my, what's my favorite carb? Sweet potato. And then vegetable, you could choose between greens. I like a nice kale salad. Any of those sort. Hey, thanks for the love. Hey. So eating enough is going to be so important because a lot of us don't eat enough food. So if you're going to the gym like me, or you know what, normally the average person doesn't go to the gym 5 times a week. So even if you go to the gym 3 times a week, you want to make sure that you're in your calorie deficit number. And if you're someone that isn't sure what your calorie deficit number is, let me know and I will do a free assessment with you only from this live. So you got to comment assessment or inbox me. I need to figure out my calorie deficit number and I would love to help you figure it out. Okay. But once you figure out how many calories you're supposed to eat in a day, then you can go and eat what you can eat in a calorie deficit. Let me see. Eating enough, also helps control your appetite. Because it really, really depends on what all you eat. It's all in what you eat. So people don't believe me when I said I lost my 50 pounds from eating 5 times a day. I ate 5 times a day, every day for 5 days in a row, or 5 days a week. But it wasn't junk. It was no junk. It was no fried. It was no fast food. It was no sugar, no high sugar, no a lot of bread, because bread is definitely my issue. So I did a lot of breakfast, lunch, dinner, 2 fruit snacks. So that way I had fruit every day. I had vegetables every day. And I definitely made sure I had at least a half a gallon of water. This is my sidekick, that's always showing up to the show. I have to have my gallon of water every day to at least, keep our biggest organ hydrated, which is skin. Okay, so what we're gonna do, let me see. So when you control your appetite, that helps keep your metabolism from slowing down. When you control your appetite, and let me tell you this, once you control your appetite, you can control a lot of things in your life. Hey, Sierra, babe. Thanks for joining. You can control a lot of things in your life when you're able to control what you eat. If you can make yourself wait until lunchtime to eat and not wait until as soon as you wake up, or you know what, I might try eating before the gym. I don't know. I'm still working on what works, what doesn't, stuff like that. But what worked for me was okay, another thing about stop chronically under eating. So there is such a thing as under eating, especially if you're planning on going to the gym multiple times a week. Skipping meals and extreme deficits signal stress to the body. So if you're calorie deficit, when we go over your calorie deficit assessment, if you're going to the gym 3, 4, and such as me, 5 times a week, and you're only eating 900 calories, that's under eating. You need more than that to fuel your body for the day. Yeah, you'll lose probably some weight, but then you'll notice the saggy skin. You'll notice that not only you're losing weight, you're losing muscle. And that's not something we want to lose. We don't want to lose muscle, do we? No. Muscle is what helps protect our body. It was helped to protect our organs. So we want to do everything we can to maintain a healthy muscle mass, especially the older we get. It brings me such joy when I see older people at the gym. And when I mean older people, I mean people like 50 plus, 60 plus, 70 plus at the gym. And, when you realize, it takes you having to go to the gym to see that, because if you see someone at the gym, that means they're not at a hospital in my eyes. You know what I mean? And seeing that I've been to a nursing home or even to other places where you could tell that might have not been the goal or thought of, it's definitely a reminder that we need to start now. I don't care how young we are. Thank God they had gym for us in school, or a lot of us wouldn't even have the gym, then when we were younger. So, and you know how people don't go outside now for real. So staying active, no matter how young you are, is definitely going to be important in this journey, because you don't want to get into your 60s and then can't move. You don't want to even get into your 80s and can't move. You want to be one of them people that can get, play with whoever you want. Well, not play, but, play with the grandkids, being able to go places, being able to go to graduation, stuff like that, without having to, I can't bring my chair in, or just stuff like that. Really kind of changes your perspective on things. So skipping meals and extreme deficits are signals of stress. Your body adapts by burning fewer calories. So you got to stop chronically under eating. Consistency always beats extremes. So you don't have to go on an extreme, crazy diet all the time. Why? Because crash diets aren't consistent. Meaning, excuse me. So say if I want to lose a quick 10 pounds, and I can tell you the secret right now, how you can lose a quick 10 pounds within 30 days. Go 30 days with no meat. If you want to go 30 days, if you want to lose a quick 10 pounds, and I usually do this before my birthday. If you want to lose a quick 10 pounds, 15 pounds, go 30 days with no meat, right? But then 30 days pass, and then you gain the weight back and you start back eating meat. Oh, you're upset because you gained your weight back. Why? Because you're not being consistent in that same routine again. So then you have to try another diet, another diet, another diet. This has to be a complete lifestyle change. Meaning, you have to be consistent with what you're eating every day. You got to be mindful of the calories you're eating every day. You have to be active every day, even if it's 30 minutes after a meal or 30-minute walks in the morning or anything like that. And you have to hold yourself accountable or hire me as your accountability bestie. That's what I'm here for, you know. Um, and, enjoying the process as it's getting started. Going to the gym, getting things done early in the morning, being consistent comes with a great reward. Um, that's why a lot of people think, oh, she lost that weight, she don't really know, or stuff like that. But when you're consistent, you're not going to want to go back. I was just telling someone today, I'm not going back. Okay. I can gain a couple pounds here and there, but I'm never going back to where I was. And that's where I want to help my other people. I want to help you people. I want to help people reach success and to never have to worry about going back to that because you know better. You gain 20 pounds, you know how to lose it again. You're not going to lose, you're not going to lose 50 pounds and then gain 50 pounds back. Like, unless there was something going on, you won't let that happen again because you're going to catch yourself a lot earlier than that. You know what I mean? So the managing stress is going to be really important in this process, right? And yes, during the holidays are about to be over. I guess the holidays are over because a lot of us don't really consider New Year's. Well, yes, holidays too, because it's a drinking day. Anyways, so it's very important to manage stress. This might be one of the biggest obviances to maintaining our weight. Stress and especially sleep. Stress and sleep actually go hand in hand because when we're stressed, we can't sleep. Especially, and I'll do a fun little tidbit. Something I have given up this year is smoking weed or whatever, right? So something that I realized is that it kind of blocked me from dreaming. And dreaming is a big part of getting the restful sleep. So I wasn't getting, so sleep was, sleep. I used to go to the gym and work out when I was younger, but I always started and then I stayed with it for like 5-7 months, but it was off and on with me. Same here, Sierra. Same here. I'm going to the gym. Man, I can't take a break. Like if I take a break from the gym, it really, I don't know what it does to me psychologically, and I'm probably not the only one, but it really throws me off. It throws my pattern off. It makes me sleep in more. It makes me more lazy. It makes me push things off. Like going to the gym, getting it done early, just sets your whole day up for success. And I don't know anyone in here. And comment below what times did you guys like to go to the gym? I don't like going in the evening because it's either crowded, it smells from all day, even stronger, or it makes me be lazy. When I go in the morning, we know the mission. We know what we got to do. We know, like for me, when I go early, like 7 a.m., I'm trying to get back to 6 a.m. I was the most productive in the gym when I was going as early as 6. And then it went to 7, and then it went to 8, and now it's like 11, and then sometimes 1, and I can't do later. I can't. Okay. So like for me, one of my favorite older shows was like Charmed and Supernatural shows like that. So when I go to the gym early enough, I can watch my show without even without even hearing the volume, and I could do my workout. You know what I mean? It's like watching TV while I work out. But it's always hard for me to start back working out. I feel it's always hard. It is so hard. And then it's like I was set on, okay, I woke up and I'm like, oh, I didn't get up on time. So, okay, I'm going to go tomorrow. And then I was like, I'm gonna get up on time. I didn't get up on time, so I'm gonna go tomorrow. So then I wasn't going at all. And then bam, a month go by. And then just because I didn't go in the morning, I didn't go at all. So now I put in my mission. I'm going to the gym regardless. But what's really going to be important is your body getting used to the consistency. I can go in the morning sometimes, then go in the evening sometimes, then go in the afternoon sometimes. Your body works its best when it's consistent. So you have to set an alarm. I used to be so adamant on my alarm. So what I do, which is a great trick that for the new year, put this on your to-do list. We are setting to-do lists for this year, by the way. And I want someone to comment a goal that they have for the new year. Well, for now, not even for the new year, but to get better starting tonight. Me is to be more punctual, right? And to not snooze my alarm. I have it's gotten bad to where I'm probably gonna put my phone in here or something if the phone go off. I don't know, but not only do I set an alarm, but I set an await alarm. So if I have an alarm and I end up snoozing it, I have another one 30 minutes later to wake me up. So by the time I hear the second alarm, I'm awake now. I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta get up again, and I'm awake now. So that's a good try that, Sierra. If you're trying to go back to the gym, set an alarm. Set 2 alarms. Set 3 if you have to. Because that third one's going to piss you off. And you want to get up and you're like, fine, I'm going to get over it. But that is something that really is helpful, that helped me, was to set an alarm, because it's going to wake you up. And then it's going to get you out your sleep. So even if you had a good sleep and a good rest, it's like it's bothered now. And actually, it's to the point where sometimes when I hit that snooze, I'm mad at myself, because then I end up having a dream I kind of didn't want to have. And that's happened recently a couple times, where I would set the alarm, I'd snooze it one time, go back to sleep, and you know how you have a cool dream or whatever, and then the next dream is like, what the heck? You know how I don't know. Because now that I'm dreaming again, it's like I'm very in tune with my dreams and stuff like that. So be careful with that, okay? To set an alarm for success. That is the goal for 2026. We're gonna set our alarms for success. Okay? We're gonna get we need to leave the house by this time alarm. So, because I need to do that for church as well. I've been going like as soon as pastors start talking, I don't like that. So I'm gonna start doing a leave the house by the time to leave the house alarm, and a get up alarm, and you really got to get up alarm. I used to annoy the heck out of myself with alarms when I lived on the south side. So I need to put my mind back into that mode. Sometimes we got to reset in order to, make things happen, Eating a protein. Okay. Consistency beats extremes. Okay. Managing stress. Okay. Prioritizing sleep. There we go. We already back into that. Sissy Pooh, what if you don't feel like going to the gym and you decide to work out at home? That's even better. If you have the discipline to work out at home, please do. You save money on gas. You save money having to get there. You don't have to be around a lot of strangers. You don't have to smell sweaty people. If you can do it at home, please do. The only reason I have like a setup at home, I have a setup here, and it doesn't work for me. If I leave the house, then if I go to it, for me, I'm not an introvert, so I don't mind being around people and stuff like that. I actually, that's how I network sometimes, is to be around people. So when I go to the gym, I know that's all I could do there. When I come home, or when I've woken up early, I've woken up early, gotten to my spot, gotten like sidetracked easy, sat down on the couch to go back, sat down to rest, and then came back up, And then like an alarm goes off and I check my phone. Like it's already kind of hard at the gym to not scroll, but at home it's even harder for me. So that's why. But if you can do it at home, please do. And let me know what are some workouts you like doing at home. Because you can do a lot of workouts at home. A lot. Ooh, it's windy. It's windy out here. Okay, priorities and sleep. Poor sleep messes with hunger hormones. So a lot of us don't know that our sleep is really might be preventing us from losing the weight that we want. That's why getting at least, I try to get at least 5, but it's ideal to get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep a day. That's hard for a lot of us, but it is ideal to get at least 5 to 7 hours of sleep a day. If you're only getting 3 hours of sleep, that's definitely not enough. 5 hours really isn't enough, really. I would say 6 to 8 hours of sleep a day is ideal. So you can, because what helps is when you sleep, your body's at rest, your mind's at rest. And when you dream, you actually psychologically helps you with a lot of issues you have internally. A lot of people don't know. But sleeping is so important. That's why I have to make myself take a nap. And I don't like taking naps because to me, it makes me more tired. But especially if you're busy, having time for naps are important too. Hey, thanks for watching. We're going over our 2026 goals, and put in the comments a goal you have for 2026. I'm going to tell you one of mine. It's to be more punctual. So I pray to be more punctual and more on time for things. Now that I know how to drive, it's like I can't go anywhere on time anymore. And it's like I used to be like, how do y'all got a car and late to everything? And then I get it. It's like you think you have more time than you do. So I want to be more punctual because I used to be on the bus and I used to be there early every time to work, everything. And it's like hard now. It's like increase cravings. If you don't prioritize sleep, you increase cravings. That's why it's so important to stop eating after a certain time. That's something a lot of us have issues with. Cutting off eating after a certain time. So I have an alarm for everything. So I have an alarm that goes off at 8 p.m. that says no more eating after 8 p.m. Do I stick to it? I try to. But it definitely does help because I didn't realize how much I used to snack after 8 o'clock, So that is very important to keep in mind. Set an alarm for everything in 2026, okay? Because reminders really help your brain to, soon you won't need the reminder. You will know that automatically. But having an alarm is so important. Because if you don't prioritize sleep, it slows recovery and metabolism. And we're trying to speed up our metabolism, right? And our last thing about the metabolism is specifically moving daily, not just gym days. So just like Sierra was saying earlier, what are some good workouts to do? What are some good workouts to do at home? There's a lot of so I like Pilates is definitely some things you can do at home. Pilates, calisthenics. So let me see. Push-ups, sit-ups, yoga stuff. Let me see. You could do it's kind of hard to explain, but you could do a lot of workouts at home. You could do I like to do press ups, squats, kickbacks, They call them dirty dogs or fire hydrants. You could do a lot of them, especially a good mat. You could do wall Pilates. You can also, walk. I need to use it more, but I have a walking pad that I could just, it's, a treadmill type of thing. I could just walk on it for a while. So moving daily is going to be so important. Steps. Let Steps, chores, stretching, walking, all important daily movement. A lot of people, shoot, especially after we get to after 30, after 28, we need to stretch. Um, One of the reasons why it takes me so long at the gym or even at home doing my workout is I take 15 minutes alone just stretching. And some people be like, dang, that's a lot. What are you stretching that much for? It's actually so good for mobility. Like having a good stretch in the morning. I'm very flexible. So it really helps. Being flexible helps a lot with workouts and movement. Um, yeah. And for your significant other. Daily movement keeps the metabolism active. So you want to always make sure you're moving all the time. But so I'm gonna ask you guys some questions real quick. What are what is something that slowed your progress down this year? What is something that slowed down your progress this year? I'll tell you one of mine. Me starting to like bread again. Whenever I start eating my sandwiches and all this other jank stuff, whenever I start liking chocolate, whenever I get into sweets and stuff, that's my Achilles heel. That's what really be messing me up because I'd be like, okay, I had a good treat today. I'll have a little bit tomorrow. Or, okay, this is my last loaf of bread. That's so sad to say. Oh, this is the last loaf of bread. Or I had some last week. I can have a little bit this week, or oh, it's been a month. And it just all kinds of tricks and loopholes that my mind plays. My mind plays when I do that. Okay. This is my favorite cup in the world. Okay. Because this is my favorite chocolate and I can't eat it. Anyway, so yes. Something that slowed down your progress this year. Something that slowed down my progress is when I take breaks from the gym. So I told myself, even if I don't go to the gym, say if it gets cold and snowstorm, because a snowstorm kind of messed me up, because I stopped going to the gym for a week. I'm going to make sure I get it in at home. No matter how much I'm like, oh, I don't like it at home. No, because I have a setup here for a reason. And I'm going to be doing workouts for my wellness club for at home workouts as well. So I'm glad you asked me that, Sierra, because I'm going to do a small series on workouts I could do at home. If someone had signed up for the wellness workshop, I was going to do at home workouts, but no one signed up for that yet. So I'm going to just do a course next year and do some sodas and trying to drink more water, tea, juice. That's what I'm talking about. I am down. So sodas mess you up, but you're trying to drink more water and tea. Also, I didn't even realize, and juice is a good one too that messed me up too. I didn't realize how much sugar is in juice, and I forgot about that, even in just orange juice, just apple juice. When I drink that stuff, I have to water it down because it has a lot of sugar in it, almost as much as soda. So me, I'm big on tea. This is a ginger turmeric herbal tea. And these are green tea. This cup's so big that I put a lot in there. Get it warm. And what I do is, that's how I get this down so much. I just take my water from my water bottle, put it in my cup, warm my cup up, and then I drinking, because tea counts as water too. You know what I mean? So always got to get that in. But yes, that's so so important to drink tea, water, and staying away from soda. Even sometimes when I try to shortcut it, and so if I can't drink soda, I drink energy drinks. I think that's something I'm gonna try to let go for 2026. Energy drinks with the zero sugar and all that stuff. Something about it seems like it's fake. You know, I know it says sugar, but you really, even everything that's labeled, you have to look at the ingredients now. That's why they're banning so many things from the shelves and overseas and stuff like that, because we're ingesting stuff that we're not realizing we're taking. So I want to eliminate energy drinks. I'm going to try and eliminate energy drinks for next year. And I wasn't like a Red Bull Monster person. Celsius. The only reason I liked Celsius is because we had a stock in Celsius. So I was like, shoot, if I got a stock in it, I'm gonna drink it. But sometimes it kind of messed my TS up or whatever it's called. So it's not good to have a lot of caffeine. I'm someone that has like black coffee. So excessive coffee isn't excessive caffeine isn't the always the awesome best thing to do. Just once in a while, but not all the time. So I switched from coffee to mushroom coffee. Apparently, different mushrooms are very good for the mind. So I'm trying that for now and I like it. Yes. If you want to try any Rise coffee or mushroom coffee, let me know and inbox me coffee or something and I'll send you the link. It's pretty a good alternative to coffee and alternative to energy drinks. Do you have eyes? Who here has tried eating less and felt worse? I definitely have sometimes. Because it's temporary, Sometimes when you say, I'm not going to eat this particular thing, it makes it worse because it's like, well, you kind of lying. Just like me, I'm saying I'm never going to eat Reese's again. And then when I see one, I go kind of crazy. So it's like, you got to be careful of what you let go. You're just going to take a break from it. I'm not going to just let it go forever. I'm going to take a break from this for now. I'm going to take a break from sugar, I'm going to take a break from bread. Because thinking that I'll never eat bread is crazy. Because then when I eat bread, I go overboard. And I go overboard for a while. So I want to know from the comments, do you want to focus more on food, fitness, or mindset for 2026? Is it the mindset of us being able to accomplish these goals? Is it the fitness part where we don't know what we want to work on or how or what workouts to do? Or is it the food part where we don't know what foods to eat in order for us to enjoy our fitness part? If you need, or let me know specifically which one is more important to you or which one you need more help on: food, fitness, or mindset. Mindset is like a lot of people forget about the mindset, but it's an important part as well because you have to put in your mind that you're going to make this work. You're going to have to put in your mind every day, I'm going to get up early. I'm going to make sure I eat what I need to eat today in order to succeed to my goal. Now, some people might think 30 pounds by the summertime is extreme, but it's actually very doable, especially starting now. So if you want to get on this journey with me, if you're trying to lose 15 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds, please let me know, follow, and send me your goals or anything like that. And we can help each other on this weight loss journey together. I will be doing more documenting on what I'm going to be eating, workouts I'm doing at the gym and at home. And I'm going to make this a fun thing because I don't want to be the only one, because I don't know what y'all, but I'm going to make my goal. Okay? You know? And I want to help people along this journey as well, because wouldn't you guys, well, not whoever's watching, but whoever wants to lose weight, well, fat, whoever wants to lose fat, wouldn't you want to lose 30 pounds of fat with me? And then when we get to summertime, we can do a photo shoot. We could do a fun meetup or a fun lunch. We can do something like that. I'm thinking about doing something. If those that reach their goal by the summertime meaning June or before June, but those that reach their goal by then, we could do a fun outing or a fun meetup or something, and that'd be cool. Also, I want to let people know to please accept the invite to Shay's Wellness Club page. In 2026, I will be doing my live specifically in that club. For the first year, I'm so thankful for everybody that's watching me live on my Facebook page, my main pages of Shay Cuts. But I will be rebranding into Sade Monroe. So I just want everybody to get used to my real name. My real name is Sade, and I just got married. So Sade Monroe is going to be my brand name. And I want everybody to get acquainted and just, excited for the rebrand. And we're going to be really about more serious. I'm going to be more serious about health and wellness. You're going to see more consistency from my content on thing, and not just pictures over a song or something, but really, talking to you guys like this live, giving you guys real tips that work for me, and also going through my journey. It's not going to be perfect and, pristine and everything. You're going to see me sweaty sometimes. You're going to see me with, big clothes on. You're going to see, but you're really going to see the journey of losing weight naturally. And I hope that works. Ooh. Hey, Sissy. Hey, Sissy Poo, mine is the fitness part, mainly on my stomach, Sissy Poo. I really lost myself when my grandpa had passed away this year. Yes, man. I can relate to that a little bit. Actually, let me see. That's why I think working out is going to be amazing for you, because it really helps push through that pain. I feel like going to the gym helped me a lot when I lost my mom this year. I was at the gym before we discovered her gone. And because of that fact that I was at the gym and not just in the bed, like I was at the gym working on my mind, and it was because the gym was making me think about things, and then it kind of gave me a sign, hey, check on your mom. And then when I went to check on my mom and found out what happened, it kind of was like, okay, the gym I don't know, it's hard to explain, but going to the gym is going to really help with a lot of your pain. And I feel like it's like that for everyone. I know it's not, well, that worked for you, but it might not work for me. But when you actually take some dumbbells and start learning how to lift heavier, how to hold on. Uh-oh. That might cut off soon. But once I realized going to the gym, it really did help me heal. And no amount of, let me see. therapy, because I think I've gone to them. I have my spiritual therapist as well, my spiritual guide, and prayer, of course. But prayer in the gym is going to change your life and help you get through this difficult time. So when like the anniversary comes up, when the holidays come up, stuff like that, it won't be such a, because you're going to take your stress out all on at the gym, you know, putting it all out on, or, at home. Sorry. Um, because it's really hard to lose someone. And I wish I could help my sister, go through this as well. And, you know, so this is advice I would tell my own sister. Well, you're my sister. So, going to the gym or working out at home is just, it helps so much with getting through that pain, getting through those thoughts, you know what I mean? Getting through that, why now, why this happened. And especially what you listen to as well. So like what I listen to when I'm working out, it kind of helps me think of something big, think of something to look forward to, something to motivate you to keep going. Because it's going to be a lot of stuff that keeps you down. It's going to be a lot of stuff that makes you like, what am I doing this for? And this, being mindful of your fitness and being intentional will really help you through a lot of stuff. So we talked about metabolism this whole time, and I didn't even get to the other questions. I'm going to go over maybe 2 more questions, and then we're going to, get through some stuff. Let me see. I don't know why this isn't charging. There we go. There we go. Okay, so what habits should I keep instead of throwing everything away? That's a great question. Well, what we're gonna do, right? Maybe not right now, but when we end this live, I want us to all start our goal setting tonight. Okay, it's Sunday. Hey, Jess. Good evening. Make sure you, when we're done, to watch the replay because we went over a lot of the metabolism topic of the differences and what helps and what doesn't help and what's making it slow down and speed up and all that good stuff. Right now we are talking about what habits should I keep instead of throwing everything away. So what I want everyone to do after we finish this live is write down our list. We're gonna write down our goals list, right? We're gonna do either a top 10, a top 7 goals. We want realistic goals that we want to accomplish for this year, for 2026. Okay, and we're gonna start it tomorrow. Maybe not tonight, but tomorrow. We're gonna start eating better. We're gonna start cooking more. We're gonna start working out more, take more walks. For instance, for me, I want to be more punctual and less snooze on my alarms. So that's what I'm definitely working on starting tomorrow. When I go to the gym in the morning, I'm not going to hit snooze. I am not going to hit snooze. And for my wellness warriors watching, because y'all are my peoples, a good tip that I was told was the 3-2-1 method. So after you hear your alarm, you got to go 3, 2, 1, get up. Or the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 alarm. I don't think 5 works, so I'm going to do 3, 2, 1. But counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up. Once you get to that 1, you have to get up. If you don't, you're a loser. I don't know. But you got to make it like, so you're like, okay, I'm going to get up because it's in my head to get up. Cooking more and find more things to cook that I normally don't. I got a list. That's good. Yes, I love that. You sissy poo, and I have to start getting have to start getting your niece ready for bed. I will be inboxing you soon. Cool. Please inbox me. And if you need more workouts to do at home, I'm gonna actually have at home workouts available on thrivewithshay.com. So if you want that, or inbox me and I'll send you the link. But I do have those available where you can do some at home workouts or at the gym. Let me see. What habits should I keep instead of throwing away? Habits you should keep. Setting an alarm. That's a habit you should keep. We just need to do better with hidden snooze. I'm keeping my alarms. I even have an alarm to tell me to stop eating. Like I have one more snack left in me. By 8 o'clock, I stop that. 7 ideally, but baby steps, you know what I mean? Habits to keep instead of throwing everything away. What's a habit that you've developed since watching Yay, thanks for the love. What's a habit you've developed since watching the Wellness Club? I would love to know. Drinking more water. Get you a gallon in a day, half a gallon in. It's always good. That's something I'm going to keep. I'm never going to throw that one away. I'm holding, me showing up for you guys. I'm going to definitely keep that habit going. For those that don't know, I will be making sure that you guys are in the Shay's Wellness Club group, because I think in January, I'm going to be specifically going live in that group. So it could be more of a close-knit community, because, everybody can get in unless we approve it, right? Make myself drink at least 4 or 5 bottles of water is a goal for me. I love that. That is really good. That's good. Because when you realize it, when you drink water sometimes, especially if you have a craving for something, it kind of helps drown it out. So like, I want some, if I try not to have sweets in the house, but instead of me trying to get something sweet, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to drink some water. And sometimes drinking water distracts you from eating something else or snacking sometimes. So that's a good one. Also, you guys know my go-to tip: drinking water before you eat every snack, every meal really helps you stay full for longer. Especially when you have protein. Protein helps you to stay full. What should I focus on first so I don't overwhelm myself? That's a great question. What should I focus on first so I don't overwhelm myself? Well, what we're going to start working on first is we're going to write a list of what we did wrong and what we did right this year. So what we need to identify is, what are our triggers, things that, like, for me, I know I can't have a loaf of bread in the house. So I'm going to try not to buy much bread unless we're about to cook something that requires bread, like tuna sandwiches or something like that. But I'm going to minimize buying bread for the house. I'm going to minimize buying any kind of sweets. I'm not buying any ice cream. If he buys ice cream, that's for him, stuff like that. Focusing on what will make your habits better as well. So like if it makes your habits, if it's easier to stick to your habits by getting up early, try to make your alarms make you wake up so you can get up early and start your day. Let me see. What was it? What should I focus on first so I don't overwhelm myself? Focusing on the next day is always good. So something I'm going to be working on as well is preparing for the next day. when you are already knowing what you're going to do tomorrow, you don't have to worry. It helps with less likely to mess up. So if I know I'm going to get up early at 6 a.m. to get there at 7 so I can do my hour and a half workout, or get up early to do my workout, then eat after and stuff like that, you don't have to worry about it. So then you don't have to be scatterbrained or, nervous about, okay, what am I going to eat? Asking yourself, what am I going to eat for breakfast? What is the first meal I'm going to eat today? If you already have that in mind, you don't have to worry and then try to, oh, let me try this. Having a plan for the next day is really going to be a game changer. Stacking my house for the kids. I feel like if I don't see it, I will not eat it. That is a great tip. And that's what something I definitely said. If you don't see it, you forget you have it. That's why if we do have bread, I put it in the cabinet. Any chips we have, I put in the cabinet, stuff like that, because then if I don't see it, I forget we even have it. And it's better to keep it put away anyway. I wish, see, when you think about it, I don't know about y'all, but my mom used to hide the sodas and stuff in her room when we were younger, like best sodas and stuff. And then when it was time for dinner and she popped them out, I was like, oh, we had sodas. So it really does work. And it will work on kids too, because we definitely didn't ask about it until we saw it. What's a good way to stick to a new way of eating when you feel like the weight not leaving? Well, it sounds like a rhyme. That's a great question. What's a good way to stick to a new way of eating when you feel like the weight's not leaving? Something that I have to do myself. Not do, but I have to remind myself. You're not going to see it really fast. You're not going to see the weight loss really fast. It really takes about 4 to 6 weeks for you to see progress. That's why you have to stick to it. Because when you stick to it, you really see the progress. And you're probably going to be one of the last ones to see it too. But you're definitely going to see it. It just takes a while. Consistency is always the best when it's measured. So if you haven't already, but I think we have if you haven't, because you have a to-do list after this live, we're going to do our calorie deficit number. We got to figure out what our calorie deficit number is. We got to figure out what our weight is. We got to figure out how many times are we going to designate time to work out. You could pick 3 days out the week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Just, start with 3 days a week to work out at home. And what days? Because if you try to wing it, then it's always easier to have a plan. Okay. What we're going to figure out, calorie deficit number, our weight. We don't necessarily need our measurements because our weight is kind of our measurements in a way. And stuff like that. Yes, my mom used to hide soda in the snacks. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So, okay, my mom wasn't the only one. But yes, hide them snacks. Okay, and this is going to be the last question, and I'm gonna have a lot of good questions for next week. So make sure you guys are tuning in, and make sure you comment below and let me know what times work best for you. I want to make sure that 6:15, 7 p.m. is still a good time for everybody to tune in and watch and stuff like that. But the question is, how do I stay disciplined when motivation fades? You already know what I'm going to say about this one. You're not going to always be disciplined, you're not going to always have motivation to keep going. You're not. It's going to be times where you don't feel like it. It's going to be times where the kids, make you feel overwhelmed. It's going to be times where you just feel like, oh, I got to do my business first and then I'll think about it. But you have to keep staying consistent because once you reach your goal, and I believe that my girl Jessica is, my girl Sierra is, and everybody else tuning in, Stephanie is, everybody else tuning in, we're going to reach our goal by the summertime. And I'm not talking about our ultimate goal, because that's where we mess up. We think of, what we want to look like in like a year, 2 years from now. That's coming. But we are just going to set a short 6 week, 6 month goal, realistic, that we can really reach. I feel 20 to 30 pounds by June is a realistic goal if we stick to it. That means sticking to the eating habits, sticking to the working out 3 times a week, sticking to, restful sleep, and staying in a calorie deficit. I want to just do veggies and salmon for a month starting in January to see if I can drop some weight, some of this baby weight, plus some of this breastfeeding. So that should help, I hope. Okay, I think that's a good idea. I might be on that with you because January is my birthday, and usually I would have started by now, but I do like no meat or just pescatarian before my birthday, because sometimes my husband takes me out of town, and sometimes, and I'd be like, so I might be doing that with you. So if you're anyone that wants to do this challenge with me and Jess, where we're just doing pescatarian or just salmon, so like salmon, or because I don't think you can eat shellfish, can you? I'm not sure. But pescatarian, no meat for the first 30 days of the year. And I promise you, that's going to definitely do something. But you also got to make sure when it's crazy how much weight you lose just by stop eating meat alone. And you'll hear it in the beginning of this live where I talked about that. Just by taking away meat alone takes weight off of you. And it's crazy. It's like, man, I wish I didn't like chicken. Like I did 30 days with just pescatarian, and I did 30 days with just with no meat at all. And it definitely, you might lose, maybe, it depends, because you got to make sure you're still drinking good, still drinking your water, you're not drinking juice. You also got to make sure you be careful of carbs as well. But seven, I think I've lost like 7 to 10 pounds in 1 month when I did that. 6:15, 7 is good. I'm free on leave from work till February-ish. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna make sure they stay around 6:15, 7 o'clock. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna save these questions for next Wellness Club. Now, if you guys want me to go live on, New Year's Eve. If I go live New Year's Eve, I don't know. I should, but it might be like during the day. It won't be at night or anything. Because I'm debating if I'm going to go to church or not. I don't know. I've never been to church for New Year's Eve, but I said I was going to do it last year and I didn't do it. So I'm like, I don't know. Or I'm going to be with my husband. Either way. But I appreciate everybody joining this live. Thanks for the amazing questions you guys been sending in, and I'm definitely taking notes of it so I can put it into our weekly sessions. It's helped so much for not just you, but for me and for a lot of people asking those questions as well. I'll be at church at 6 on New Year's Eve. Okay. I think I might do it this year. I keep saying I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna think it. Thanks for the tips and help. No problem. I'm so thankful that I'm here for you guys, and I can help any way I can. And we have our goal, and we're gonna set the tone for 2026 with, we're gonna make it happen. Okay, no matter what happened this year, no matter who we've lost, the friendships we've lost, or anything of that nature, we are going to succeed in 2026 regardless. Okay. We're gonna make our weight loss goals. We're gonna, get a promotion, get a new house, get new opportunities. We're gonna attract money every day. We're gonna make it happen, okay? And I'm here to always help you better your relationship with food, lose weight naturally, and actually get our mindset ready for success. So thank you for today's episode of Shay's Wellness Club. Be kind to others, make someone smile, give someone a nice tip, and put God first. Love y'all. Bye.